Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Cobalt Bench Press and our Scarlet Citadel campaign. Again, apologies for last episode. Please check out the recap that we put together on the page. If you like what we're doing, please comment, like, subscribe. But we're going to jump right in. Last we left our adventurers, they'd arrived in the small logging town of Red Tower, on their way to the Scarlet Citadel. After mostly pleasant dealings with the local townsfolk, they made their way to the Scarlet Citadel. After scouting the area, they found some strange looking feathers. But in an effort to secure, their horses and Ash and Cinnamon, and also their cart Woody Doug, they decided to scour the area around for supplies to build some form of tent or shelter. They were able to find roughly 100 of these long, about 2 feet long, mostly black feathers with white and red near the quill of the feather. But their search did not go unnoticed before they encountered an angry owl bear that had made its nest somewhere nearby. After a coordinated combat, the group was able to take down the owl bear with minimal damage, Alosha taking a beak to the arm. After combat had ended, Zadok attempted to scavenge some of the corpse, was able to obtain just 2 feathers, maybe not necessarily his strong suit, but he did notice that these feathers did not match the ones that they had been finding throughout the surrounding forest and brushes. And that's where we'll pick it up. Turn it over to you guys.
What was that thing? Okay.
Is that what lives here?
Mm-hmm.
Do we not? I found a few feathers. I don't know. I'll bring them over to the cart and just start piling them on top of Doug.
Oh,
We still hiding him.
I would imagine so. Do folks reckon there are any more sort of surprising, terrible creatures around?
Roll a perception check as a group.
All right, let's perceive together again.
Perception is not very good for me. I got the 14. Looks like
I got an 18 on that.
Edison got a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're still coming down, right, bud? That's probably
Yeah, I'm still seeing a little red.
yeah.
Yeah. So between Crunch with 18 and Elosha with a 19, you only really hear the sounds of chirping birds. Insects have started to sing their songs for the evening, mostly like cicadas and crickets. As the sun is beginning to set, daylight is fading. You did arrive here in the later half of the evening, and then of the afternoon, and then spent, a little more than an hour or so gathering supplies and whatnot. But scouring the forest, you see no immediate signs of any predatory animals of any kind in your nearby vicinity. You're still within sight of the Scarlet Citadel as well. You can still see it through the tree line, so you're not too far away. Maybe 2 minutes walk.
We're 2 minutes away from my birthright. That's fortuitous. Um,
2 minutes.
yeah, this is everyone's last chance. Does anyone want to carry sort of Crunchy home? Anyone want to pick up this little bundle of fun?
Gathering rocks for bonfire. And then I spit up the bonfire into the circle, not burn down forest.
Oh, oh, oh. Okay, different plan. All right, that sounds fine. It's a man of action.
When we were,
Um,
it looked like we were getting comfortable, but I could
That's
try
good.
to pick up Crunch. It's not going to go well.
No, That's very sweet. That's very sweet. It
I
really
tried
is.
to pick him up.
Okay.
How much do you weigh, Crunch?
I don't. I've never been comfortable with labels of that sort. Let me see what we got here. How much do I weigh?
Well, you're approximately what, 3.5 feet tall?
Oh, I weigh 90 pounds.
You're a stout boy.
Four feet tall, 90 pounds. Yeah, I'm a weird little
All right,
gross thing. It's great.
Zadok, roll a strength check. We'll say it has to be 9 or better. 15.
Oh no.
15 somehow.
With a -1. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was expecting that to go very poorly.
Yeah, he's able to. How you
Oh,
guys
man.
describe what this type of carrying looks like. Is this a piggyback situation? Is this a
this is
swaddled baby
this is
situation?
Straight arms out, just arms out.
All
Arms
right.
held
Well,
over.
Just
It seems like
all right.
it was unwanted, so I'm sure he's trying to kick at me.
Yeah, no, I am as if you were to pick up a cat that did not wish to be picked up. I am flailing all of my limbs.
I put you down. I put you down. You asked me.
No, it does not. That's a failure of communication on my part, and I take total
Alright.
responsibility for it.
Big Bear
Thank
Man.
you.
Big Bear Man does
no.
look more comfortable to ride than me. Yes.
Listen, I agree, but he's still. He's always covered in blood. Just that's not a judgment. It's I don't. You've
No,
seen
it's
my
actually
cloaks.
correct, mate.
Yeah.
I would prefer not to have so much blood
Yes.
on me.
as Urson
All
says
the
this, you look over and he's got the residual bits of fur and feathers and blood from his mauling of this owl bear, dripping down his chest area.
Edison tries to pat himself down and dust himself off a bit, and who knows if it does anything. But once he feels like he's comfortable, he's all right, mates. 2 minutes away. Yep.
Yes, well, this is quite exciting. Vanessa, do you have any sort of words of encouragement or wisdom? You always seem to have a quiet strength about you.
Well, hopefully there's no more of these in here. I have a family.
Yes,
2
quite
minutes away, right?
diminishing to murder
That was a big
family.
Krogger dogger, but I think we got the next one, eh? We got this one
Oh.
down.
Oh yes, that's not an owlbear.
Yeah.
All right.
As I'm gonna wrap my hand in some bandage, or my arm in some bandages.
Oh, but yes. Are your boo boos okay?
That'll be fine.
All right.
It's a little hurt.
We'll slide it over
I
just to
assume-
say that you guys are going to move over to the 2 minutes travel time, and all of that can be happening
2
on that
minutes.
point.
I shoved the fire back in my mouth.
Yes, but yes.
See,
Don't
we're not
forget that.
camping. Yeah.
You can camp. I'm just moving it for ease of access on my end.
Oh, it seems as if
I mean,
Crunchy
it
wants
seems.
to go home, so
Well,
we could have fire later.
Crunchy, I mean, listen, you're making a great decision. Crunchy also would love some spell slots, I think. I think Crunchy would really enjoy having those sort of in his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
Maybe
investigate the
inside,
area.
though, yeah.
You could investigate the area. You still have a little bit of sunlight, probably about an hour or so. Currently, from your general direction, you're near what would it be like the secondary keep tower. I know what you see. The entrances to both secondary and main keeps appear to be about 1 foot above ground. I'm sorry, 1 floor above ground level of the main courtyard. You could see some stone steps ascend 10 feet to a solid stone walkway that connects the doors. But where the doors would have been, they're vacant as they have rotted away from quite some time. But you're still on the ground. You also see a main gateway. There were heavy gates that were once affixed, but those are smashed, broken hinges, and they lie in pretty big chunks on the ground. The main area here, I'll ping that, is lined with rubble. It's shallow. There's an archway that was about 2 stories tall, downward-facing arrow slits line the western walls. It's about 8 to 10 feet above ground level. Only sporadic portions of that roof remain, though. So, like, this area here is filled with rubble and the remnants of the broken gates and stuff. You can kind of see areas where on the map where there would be extra rubble that you would need to climb over, like here, maybe up over here.
Are there any sort of banners that say "Welcome, Crunch, Golden Thorn"? Maybe people with big sort of trumpets. Any sort of attendance?
Well, you did investigate that last time, and you did come from the other direction. However, you do not see those here as well.
Okay, well, somebody's getting fired for sure. Okay, all right.
All right. Oh, let's go in. All right. We're supposed to be welcome.
Yes. Once again, does anyone else feel a little bit like a nap? I know that you, Goreclaw, you have some blood on you, which is fine. And Vanessa's all chomped up. I don't need a nap, but if we take one, it would be fine.
Well, why don't we try to find some shelter? It's getting near nighttime, so we should probably go inside these walls.
That's
What do you think?
and that's why you're here. That's because you make those decisions and you make those calls. That's excellent. Yes, Goreclaw, of course.
Righto, Chief.
Yes.
And then
That sounds-
Goreclaw just keeps on
I'm
cruising,
gonna
I guess,
summon
along
3
this wall.
shards.
Sure.
I'm gonna summon 3 shards around me.
Okay.
I figure Urson's probably the best person to lead since he's a giant bear and a
It's
literal meat shield.
very scary when you need to be.
Because none of you guys are like multi-class rogues or anything, right? So we're not worried about stealth.
I mean,
I can stealth. Why not? I'm going to stealth a little bit. Why not?
We've never worried about stealth in any of our previous campaigns. So
I mean that's a play style of ours, you know. It's not that we don't need to.
just murder. I mean, it's not even really like murder hoboing. We just kind of like we try to talk it through, and then we end up killing everything. You know,
It's worked out that way.
Yeah.
As you make your way in, you can see some collapsed outbuildings off to the south, directionally on the map. The buildings lining the fortress walls were either barracks, workshops, stables, but for now, their state is in a state of complete ruin. Slate shingled roofs have fallen in, and only portions of the interior walls remain intact. There are no doors or windows still in their frames, and the original floors are buried up to under about a foot of debris filled with rubble. Brush grows up throughout the cracks in the floor. There are trees that have taken hold in here as well. And the walls are covered in vines and like the floor that was once there is just rough cracks and mostly just pushed up root structures and different forms of brush growth.
It's seen better days.
Yeah, indeed. Edison wants to kind of sneak up right here, and I guess he wants to perform a perception check to see if he sees anything rustling about in this courtyard.
Go ahead and roll a perception check. As you peek the corner, you scan the room.
8.
There's it's very dim light at this point. Just now that you're inside and the sun is beginning to set. Do you have dark vision?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you can make out the tree lines and you can still get some sun. We'll say that this over here is west, so you're getting some sun peeking in through there. It's a very dark room. You can see to the edges of the walls, but there's a lot of shadows and everything casting. But you don't see anything in that room. Not with an 8.
Well, I think the coast is clear, guys. I think we might be able to find some sort of shelter, a room that's pretty well blocked off if we want to take a break.
Sounds good to me. It's getting late too, so
That does sound good. I'm going.
Edison thinks he totally dominated this perception check, by the way. So he's just going to stroll out into the courtyard.
That sounds good. I have complete faith in Goreclaw's abilities in this arena, and I will similarly, not stride exactly, but sort of stump my way around.
If I open my mouth, is it like a hooded lantern kind of situation? If I keep the fire like right there.
I doubt that your mouth has reflective properties like a hooded lantern would.
Okay.
And I imagine that you're.
That way.
I thought you swallowed the fire and it lived in your belly, right? You don't keep it in your mouth. I thought you lived. Where does it live? Because you can vomit, right? Where do you store it with your fire under the tongue?
Fire is stored harmlessly in your mouth.
I'm so lost with what that whole mechanic is all about, by the way.
It's about lighting campfires.
I just assume you guys know what you're talking about and just nod my head and say yes. Eat the fire.
He could just eat fire. Yeah, you can use it as a little bit of one. I thought that there was no. So you could still see. Yeah. Urson, as you were over here, you do see what appeared to be some form of animal nest in this room over here.
No cripes. Like recent animal nest?
It looks nest. It looks to nest. Yes, there is a large collection of sticks and hay and sort of like a bedded type area like that would resemble a bird's nest but on the ground, and for a creature almost twice your size. Some of the feathers there do resemble the ones that Zadok had picked up.
Edison's going to lean back and say, well, I hope we just took out the baby, fellas. I think we stumbled into its den.
But that's
hopefully there's more. Right here, that is.
Am I?
Well, that's for future us.
Yes.
All right. So that's the stairs to the secondary keep. The entrance, both the secondary. Yeah. Let me just make sure that they're intact here. Hold on. The entrance to both the secondary and main keeps are 1 floor above ground level to the courtyard. Stone steps ascend 10 feet to a solid stone walkway that connects the 2 doorways. So yes, that. Let's see. Inside that structure, a stone staircase leads up to what would have been a top floor, but save for only a few sagging beams remain. So that staircase is still intact. Should you choose to climb up it.
Is that the place you saw? Yeah, is that the place you saw?
The nest was over here. Sorry.
Oh no, the enclosed place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who, me?
Yeah, didn't you see an enclosed place?
Yeah, well, I mean, now that we're in here, I think we should probably go up, on the second floor. It seems like,
Yeah,
yeah, let's do it. I'll
higher.
follow you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just mosey on up here. Poke my head in here. Just look. What is this?
Following. Trying to be quiet.
As you make your way inside the room, you see it's filled with rubble. Um, there are gnawed bones strewn around the floor, along with scatterings of large feathers. Um, the bones appear to be a mix of different animals. There's different pieces of matted fur, a variety of different ones. Make whoever's entering first make a perception check.
Yeah.
Do you have dark vision? Because the light is
Yeah.
it is pretty dim in here. But do your crystals glow as well?
They don't say they do, so I doubt it.
Okay.
But I have dark vision.
Okay.
15.
15. Yeah, and as you scan the room, you notice that there are a few, but obviously they are humanoid skulls that are propped prominently on rusting wall sconces.
Yeah.
All right. Does it have a roof? I'm gonna look up.
The roof has collapsed in this. You are in like the secondary part of the keep, but the walls are mostly intact, and they go up about an additional from where you're at 20 feet. Let's see. Yeah. And like I said, you see the wall sconces are here, 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 and there seems to be like the collection of bones and the pilings of the bones are over here and here-ish. You can't see like obviously them here, but you can see like this is where there is the collection of animal bones. You can see different textures of fur. Like I said, there is still some light peeking in a little bit. It's dim light, and with your dark vision, so I mean, you could
Hard to see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that looks like it's some kind of nest or something. Let's go check out the other place.
This staircase here it is collapsed. It would lead up to the upper floors, for like a lookout area, but it is completely collapsed.
All right. Well, then I'll back up. Does it look like it's collapsed? But how far up from the top, the last step to the upstairs?
The roof and the upper structure and the floor has collapsed down in up there, so it is that is part of the collapse. Yeah, that's what all the rubble over on the west along the walls. That's pretty much it. And that's where, like, against that backdrop of rubble, that's where the animal pile of different bones. I said there's still some human ones that have been placed on the wall sconces, though.
Okay.
Seemingly out of place.
All right. Well, that's probably some kind of nest or something. There's probably like an evil man running around with skulls, putting them on the wall.
Okay. Does it look comfy in there?
You're a skeleton, maybe.
Well,
I guess technically we're all skeletons, but
all right. That's a very interesting way to perceive sort of life. Yeah, I would agree. So that's not like a nap room. That's not like a chill out room.
it might be, but not. Maybe it might be a better one though.
I would sleep there.
Urson, as you make your way, around that corner, the light has pretty much faded. You guys have been, investigating here now for 20, 30 minutes, but the sun has set beyond the tree line. You are met with an overwhelming smell of death and rot.
Yikes!
Gross.
Like decaying corpses. But this room, I mean, there's tricklings of light. I mean, it is very, very dark in this room. So without some form of light, you would not be able to see in there unless you have dark vision. But
No,
you,
Erson reaches into his pack and pulls out his tinderbox and lights a torch and throws it in the middle of the room to see what he sees.
and as the torch lights the room, this is the main keep. The rectangular keep had four walls when it was intact. Like the secondary keep that you were just in, the upper floors and roof are gone except for a few sagging beams. The stairs to those upper floors were wooden, and those too have either been burned or rotted away. You see gnawed bones and feathers, like what you had picked up outside, are lining the floor. Um, you also see. Let's see. Hold on. The east wall to which you're standing next to is partially collapsed. And you see that there is a hole on the ground as well. It appears to be covered by some form of like loose wooden structure, with like possibly representing like a doorway down into something, but it is still marginally intact. You can't see what would lie below it.
Is there a ceiling?
The ceiling in this room is mostly collapsed. The night's air and the sky would you can see up, and you can see that it is like almost twilight at this point. There's still like that slight hint, that slight glow of the sun going beyond the horizon, but the stars are not quite visible yet. There's some of the beam structure is still very, very loosely intact. And then there's a staircase that it appears to be in. Oh no, that's not there. Ignore the staircase.
No, that makes sense. I guess Erson turns over to Alosha and says, "I don't know if there's any good spot for us to take a little nap. It seems like everywhere here is filled with death."
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to take a nap in here. We can take some tents and go in the woods. Be a little
It's
further
true.
away. It would have been nice to be in here, though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I suppose we know what's going on. I don't. I mean, the worst case scenario is that that was a baby owlbear we murdered, and the mother comes back.
Yeah, we don't say it's us when she sees us. We walk away.
Well, that's true. I suppose that one didn't want to chat with us.
Mm-hmm. But we
All
know what's
right.
up here. We don't know what's down there.
No, we
Wherever this
don't.
goes.
And I guess Alosha's check. I mean, I guess there were no creatures in there. Alosha would have been
Well,
able
we
to
checked it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no.
Well, in
There was
that sense, I think that other room is, even though it's also filled with death, it's probably better suited for at least taking a quick break.
Yeah, it'll probably be fine. I mean, then we can check it while we're taking a break.
Yeah, sounds good.
That sounds good. But do we not want to sort of check out the corpse hole? Or that's a post nap activity?
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
That's
okay,
why
no, I understand.
I'd rather you have your full assortment of spell slots and all that riffraff and everything.
Oh,
Go in guns blazing, teeth baring, maybe get some drip.
I agree. Yes, we don't have enough weaponry or jewels. Once again, we are in accord. Absolutely, Gorklo. That's a fantastic notion. Um, all right. So the marginally less stinky death room, it is. Um, I would imagine.
At least that way we can kind of post a sentry of sorts. I don't. Are we doing a short or long rest? Have we decided?
Well, night is it is getting dark. You
So
have been you
long
have been
rest,
up
probably.
for the better part of the day. You've had quite, it was a little bit of a travel, but 4 or 5 hours. And then the owl bear fight. You would be getting reasonably tired at this point. Um, it's up to you.
Crouch sleepy.
Just pointing it out that it is almost nighttime.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So, Doc, do you have anything that you want to check out while you're before that, or before you guys make plans for the evening?
Uh, just maybe look to see if the feathers that they're hanging off of Urson are the same feathers we find in the thing. He's still got feathers hanging out of his mouth, right?
They're kind of like stuck in, like he's got little feather bits in his fur. He tried to wipe it off, but like he said, he didn't know how much good it did. They resemble more as you take a look at those and you compare them to the feathers that you see in the room. Do you have dark vision, or you have campfire mouth?
No, I have dark vision. Yeah.
Okay.
I have 100.
I mean,
or the standard dark vision.
and with the light of your campfire mouth, you're able to tell that those are more similar to the ones that you picked up off of the owlbear, considering he did bite into the shoulder where there would be some of the wings, and but the feathers in this room match more closely to the ones that you guys were gathering outside for the structure.
The bigger feathers, right? They don't look the same as that. Okay.
No, the ones in Urson's mouth do not look like the ones that are in that room.
Okay. I would point that out. That just looking at its size and the big feather I have, this is more like much bigger. Much bigger. This is like a palm frond versus a slightly large feather, right? In terms of the size comparison from the owl bear feathers.
Well, the owlbear feathers that Urson that you have are intact. They're roughly about the same size. They just look different.
Oh, okay. Okay, just different breeds. Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't know if they were like those were like 6 to 8, 9-inch feathers. Okay. Okay. It might be different thing though. Just we should keep a watch.
I agree. Now, I don't know if this is of any help. It seems people have been having an issue with darkness. So if anyone is interested in sort of seeing what's going on in the dark, I got you covered. You just stick Crunchy in that direction. Crunchy can.
Crunchy is tired, right? Crunchy needs to take a nap, right?
Crunchy does need to take a nap. Yes,
I do have a lantern on my staff that maybe I could kind of keep an eye out with too. But I can, yeah.
You know what could be kind of nice if we all get in the second stink room, and then maybe if you want to vomit your campfire sort of here-ish, that might be kind of nice. That way, anybody coming to say hello, at least from that direction, would have to contend with campfire.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I would not be opposed to that if we want to make camp here. I would sleep anywhere, honestly. I'm not picky.
Yes. We'll learn you up in courtly manners. You'll be fussy in no time.
Okay.
Fine. Yes.
Vanessa. In like above sheet, I could take the first one. I only used my Fey touched spell. I didn't use any of my spell slots, so I'm at full strength. So I'm volunteering to take first watch.
I'd love to get some bardic inspiration back for whatever these creepy crawlies end up being. Yeah, Crunchy's got to take a little nap.
Edison's gonna go over to the corner right here and scritch his back up against the corner of the staircase. He's God, he just needs to, try to get some of that off. And then, he'll look over at Zadok and say, "Thank you, my bug-like, weird-looking friend, for taking first watch. I'll be over here napping." And then
Okay.
he falls down on his belly like a bear rug, arms and legs splayed out, mouth wide open, and just starts snoring.
Yes, the
He just gets
adrenaline,
straight to it. He just gets straight to big bear nap. That's all.
the adrenaline, and the travel for the day has been enough for Urson Gorklaw, and he has passed out exhausted.
He's conked out.
Anyone in
That's
which
quite-
to do anything
quite a
else
skill.
before calling it for the evening for themselves?
I'm just gonna make a little area over here, and then I'm going to enumerate. No, I'm joking. All the rocks. But no, I'm just gonna clear some of the rocks and make a little spot for myself.
Okay, yeah, you just set aside some of the rubble. It's so
Yeah.
broken over time in the fall. There are some bigger pieces, but you're able to clear a little spot for yourself.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Estimate around myself just to make sure.
Enumerate.
That's Revelio. That's an excellent.
Lapendo.
And then
God bless it.
as
Sure.
they're bedding down, I'll spend 10 minutes to ritually cast alarm and kind of it goes 30 feet, so get the bottom of the stairs and the front of the door, just to see if anything. That way I can
Sure, can you click on it real
leave
quick
the
though?
alarm.
Yeah. Is it just like a 30-foot? It's a cube. Okay, so no longer than a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, I think I could get the stairs and the door.
Yeah. So you want to do it like
The middle of the stairs and then the middle of the pathway here, like so from like here to here, and
like
from
here?
yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay.
And then I can bring the campfire in to give warmth,
Sure.
and also not be a shining beacon right there. Just kind of drop the campfire.
Yeah, you set it up nicely. It lights up the room. It provides a nice warm ambience. Now that there's light in the room, Alosha, what's your passive perception?
14, I think.
Okay. No, okay. You
14.
wouldn't.
Doesn't get any better on this side of the table over here. I'm gonna.
I can. Alosha's the only one who doesn't have hers on her nameplate.
Oh, I'll add it. I didn't see that.
No, that's okay.
We're not stealthy. We're not perceptive.
I just added
can-
my AC and perception like 15 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
You're good, Joe.
In now with the ambient camp light and the fire lighting it in there, those of you who Alosha, you would see that tucked over in. I have my draw one on. Sorry. Tucked over here, you see underneath some of the rubble, there appears to be an area of the floor that is made of a different material than the stone working up here. Appears to be wooden in nature. It hasn't had quite the same level of decay because it is covered with stuff. But you do notice that there is a difference in material in the floor over there, appearing to be wooden.
Okay.
But it is covered with rubble. There are some bigger stones on top of it. You may need.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna say anything about that until
Okay,
we're
yeah.
done.
Yeah,
It does look like it's covered though.
it is covered with
Just
rubble.
Rubble. Okay.
Yeah, and there's a beam or two that have like fallen down over in this area. Some bigger pieces, bigger chunks of stone. But Urson's already asleep. Nobody else would see it from their line. But you catch like maybe a glint off of like some of the metal on the that lines the wood as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything until we're all done sleeping and stuff.
Sure.
Where would you say is sort of the softest stink pile?
Well, this is
Right in the
you're in a
middle of the room.
yeah. There's the animal furs that are here, like the bone pile with different things. And now that it's lit up, you can see that there's little tufts of coarse animal hair resembling more of like a dog. There is some remnants of maybe what was probably a bovine or equine. There's some sheep wool in here, pretty matted. It's damp. It's it's just little pieces of it. I mean, you could cobble together enough of it to maybe make a
No, that
rudimentary
that
gun
no
set.
that's excellent. You're talking well past the sale. I'm in. I dive in and I dig a little burrow in this sort of mess and make a little crunch hole, and I'm gonna bed down in there, I think.
Okay. All right. Alosha, are you going to sleep?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably stay up for a little bit and then go to sleep.
Okay. Um, we'll see you stay up for.
I'll take like the second watch from
Sure.
Zardak.
Okay. All right. So as night falls, Urson and Crunch already out. Um, the warm lull of the campfire slowly puts everyone to sleep with the little crackling of this campfire that has lasted for quite some time now, since the beginning almost. Zadok, make a perception check.
No, that's gonna go well. Perception. Natural
Natural
20.
20. Natural 20. You sit by the campfire, eyes fixed on the doorway. You can hear off in the distance. You're not quite entirely certain where it's coming from, but it does sound close. You hear what sounds to be melodic singing. Make a wisdom saving throw.
No, not like this.
Yeah.
12.
12.
12. It sounds like a distant song. It's quite beautiful. Seems very out of place. You can't quite place it.
Do I get a sense with the natural 20 of which direction it's coming from?
Well, just due to the general structure and the way that the sound funnels into the room, it's really hard for you to tell. You only have one entry point for sound to come in that room. So it is
You
coming.
said the roof was open though, right?
Right, you wouldn't get a determination off of that, even with a natural 20.
Okay, but it doesn't sound like it's coming from behind me. It just echoing throughout the chamber,
Um,
kind of thing.
no, it's not. You hear it, and you can hear it, and it sounds.
Okay, I'm going to go
Yeah.
take a peek. I'm going to go take a peek. I'm going to not let Alicia know though. Kind of crane my head out. Yeah, kind of.
The alarm goes off. Lights everywhere.
As you make your way out, you are now, the song. You can still hear it. You are now getting a slightly. We'll keep this all in that same role. You are getting a slightly better sense of direction. It does appear now to be emanating from your general direction right now to the south, and coming from the area that you chose to investigate later as the one that Urson threw the torch into. The acoustics get much better as you make your way out.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to sneaky snake. So
And you have inspiration for that natural 20.
I'm very quiet.
Oh boy.
Do you
With
think?
a 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I get to like? Can I see in with that in that murder hole there at all,
Well, it's
or is it too high?
Urson's. That's a arrow slit. That's a.
Yeah, it's a murder.
Yeah, but that the arrow slit is up on top of that keep.
Okay.
With the that wall is also partially collapsed, but Urson's torch is long since gone out.
Yeah, I have dark vision. Yeah.
It's still completely dark in that room, and so you can see outlines of gray,
Shapes.
but
Yeah.
you can see like the wall crumbled, but it is still pretty dark in there. You don't see any figures or anything moving around, but as you slowly get closer to the entryway, the song does get louder and louder.
I'm pretty stupid, but I'm not that stupid. I'm going to go back and let Alosha know there's a singing person in the room over there. Maybe that's Crunch's people. Maybe this is the Welcome Home song. I don't know. Is it the Welcome Home song?
If Alosha, you're awake, make a perception check as well.
I will come back here to let them know. To get myself back in the alarm box, yeah. Maybe Welcome Home Choir.
Yeah, you hear the faint song as well, especially now that Zadok has called attention to it. And I need you also to make a wisdom saving throw. 17. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like beautiful music, singing. But again, a little out of place.
And maybe it is. Should we wake him up, or do you want to check it out? I'm gonna hold my hands out and summon 3 shards around me.
We could. We definitely could, yeah.
Go check it out.
Yeah, we go check it out.
All right, yeah.
As you two make your way there, both of you...
Each time we're gonna come back and tell someone else, and come back and tell someone else.
Yeah.
Make a chain of who we wake up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do look very peaceful sleeping. I would hate.
And you do have dark vision, correct, Alosha?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yes. As the two of you make your way down towards, this is where the sound was emanating from. Just so in case I didn't highlight it earlier. And if you're going to make your way into that area, I need both of you to make a stealth check.
Wait, can I walk in here? Does it look at you?
Yeah. I said it for. We can come in and out. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the way it works is I can designate who will or will not set the trap off. Yeah.
Being stealthy.
Stealthy. 21.
Okay.
I tip the toes on my really sharp, pointy toes. Sneaking down. Being as like amorphically, I have like a rather long neck. I'd like to kind of like crane it around and take a peek in.
Right, and as you look in, like you do see that there is the fixture of a door on the floor, like best described as a trap door, like a hatch. But while it still stands, it is still partially collapsed on the other side of it as well. So kind of rendering the whole point of the trap door or hatch moot at this point. But it still stands. The smell of just rotting, decaying flesh it's like almost like a bog smell as well. Animal
Smells like
refuse.
me then.
Maybe.
It's it's pretty much what I smell like most of the time. Do we see anything in the room?
Same answer as before. I mean, there is nothing that appears to be in the room that you have not already seen.
But there's the noise come from the hole. The
Yes,
hole.
it kind of fills this room and echoes a little bit, so it would be hard to tell. But you don't see anything else in the room that could be making that sound.
Is there a rock in there?
There's rocks and rubble. There's even like a partial growth from trees and vines and such.
Is just question. This is the stink hole, right?
Right here.
This.
I mean,
Okay, I'm just making sure that wasn't a big boulder.
you don't know that, but yes, that is where the trap door partially remains, and then, like I said, it's almost rendered moot at this point because the ground is collapsed from underneath it, and as you get closer, the sound does appear to be rising up from it.
Okay.
Well, I can run in and run out.
Yeah, we could take a peek. Let's like a little closer. Can I?
Makes it no one's coming behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could see you have a full vantage point on that. So I'm not even going to make you roll perception on that. I mean, you scan the room, you see no movement. You don't see anything that catches your eye, Alosha, out in the courtyard.
I asked the door what's down there.
I mean, you could certainly try.
DM speak. Terrifying.
Do you think it's a good idea I ask, do you think it's a good idea if I ask the door what's underneath it? Okay.
Probably.
Okay. It might take a second.
Okay.
Then I will begin the preparations for speak with inanimate object. To see if we can have the door let us know what's underneath it.
I'm gonna sit down on the little ledge right here with my legs hanging off.
Is that a spell? Can you click on it for me?
Is a spell, yeah.
Okay, so you take the.
I'm casting it as a ritual, so it's going to take me 10 minutes. That's the best idea right now.
As you begin to prepare this ritual, you begin waving your arms and speaking the incantations that would be required to cast this ritually. After about 10-15 seconds of just speaking the verbal components of this, both you and Alosha hear the singing stop.
You do it? What did it say?
I just got started.
I mean, do you wish to continue casting? Alosha, you've heard the singing stop as well, though.
Yeah, I'm just sitting down on the corner over here, like looking out over the courtyard.
Yeah,
but I am gonna like turn around and like, are you okay?
Yeah, it might be startled it, but yeah, I'm gonna maybe keep going. I don't know. I can stop at any point. Yeah. I keep like drawing little like ruins and little things on the floor and in the dirt with the bone, and just waiting.
So, a minute has gone by. Singing has stopped. You're in the midst of casting this spell as you start to hear a commotion, a fluttering, a flapping of wings. That sounds like it's coming from beneath as the trap door flies open, bursts. The rotting wood splays everywhere, and out from the hole, you see one winged creature like just quickly dart up in the air, followed by a second. They are now hovering 15, 20 feet above you, as these two anthropomorphic bird-like creatures have sprung from the hole.
I assume Aloysius sees this.
Alosha, you see this as well.
Oh.
And I need you to roll initiative.
Shit, we go back. Go back. I'm saying.
Back it up. Back it up.
You better not think about waking Assen up from his nappy nap.
Yeah.
You won't be happy.
Just
That hanging out didn't count as a short rest, did it?
Not yet.
Yeah. Initiative.
Would they have gotten a short rest at least?
Oh.
I mean, it's been. I'll say yeah. After you would have gotten a short rest. It would have been about an hour before the song started. We'll say that. An hour before the song started. Yeah.
How loud would you say these horrible creatures coming out of the stinky murder hole was?
Enough that you're gonna wake up on the next round.
Okay. All right. Well, best of luck, folks.
Best of luck.
I don't like that the secondary role is there.
All right, so that brings us to Alosha, your top of the round. As you've seen, these two bird-like creatures, they're hanging out roughly about 15 feet in the air, right above where the beams and the remnants of the roof remain. You're first to act.
We should probably go back.
Yeah. You've already seen the looks in his very wide eyes. Like, shit.
30 feet. How far up are they?
They're about 15 feet in the air.
Oh, they're out of my range. Okay.
Well, I mean, what are we doing? Pythagorean theorem here? Like, I don't know how that works. So 3-dimensional.
They're 30 feet away, 15 feet up. That's all.
Yeah.
They're out of my range. Yeah.
I'm not good at that kind of geometry. So, I mean, if they're in the range on the map, I'm going to...
Oh.
We're not doing algebra.
I'm gonna like
a simple one step forward. I think would cut down that distance.
Well, I'm sitting right now. I'm gonna turn around and like look that way because like I'm like looking behind me, and I'm gonna like just kind of thrust my head forward really quickly, and I'm going to try and push that one. Kind of knock it down from the air. Or this one over here, sorry.
All right, how are you trying to push it?
I'm doing telekinetic trip.
Okay. You push out off its feet. Okay.
And yeah, I'm going to do that. And like try and hit it, give me a dexterity save. With like a force push, basically.
All right, with a 5. Does it work on a flying creature?
Yeah. Okay. Prone just makes speed 0. Speed 0 makes falling.
Yeah, so it's going to fall 15 feet as it rolled a 5. Not great.
Unless it has the hover feature. If it has the hover feature, it doesn't care. You might want to look at that because some creatures have hover.
Yeah, no, they have fly, and it does not say hover. No. It's going to fall. It's going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone.
I'm going to do that and kind of smile that it works. And then I'm going to look at Zardoc and be like, and I'm going to like motion my thumb the way we came, and I'm just going to disappear.
Yeah.
And I'm going to teleport 15 feet this way. And then I'm going to hop up from my, from sitting down prone. And get up. Yeah. Sure. And then I'm going to go right there. That's it. Okay. Or wait. I have to sacrifice that. So I just get up. That's my turn.
And you have a speaking action too. If you choose.
Yeah, I'm gonna just yell, Urson! That's the turn.
Okay. That brings us to Zadok.
I accidentally clicked on it early, but I'm gonna cast Black Ribbons at them.
Okay.
So you'll see I just start like pulling shadow from the air and like kind of flinging it towards them. try to wrap them into, like pull them down into the Shadow Realm, and yeah, they need to make a DC 14 spell save. I think the one that's prone has disadvantage. I think.
Okay, that's the first one. That's the not prone one. The not prone one fails.
Okay.
And so
It's restrained until the end of its next turn.
okay, so it's prone and restrained until the end of its next turn. All right.
Oh, it ends its turn in there, but it's difficult terrain
Okay.
for both of them, regardless.
Okay. Well, the other one's still flying in the air, so they're both flying. Well, one was flying currently. This one over here in the corner is flying still.
Okay, yeah.
So that has no effect on it.
They got some.
Yeah,
It's in the air.
It fills like 20-foot
True.
cube.
Yeah.
So it makes it thick, like a thick miasma, and then
Okay.
I'm getting the fuck out of the room and screaming the whole time. Use my 30 feet of movement.
Okay. All right. And you have your speaking action.
It was to scream.
Hey.
Okay. Urson and Crunch. You hear a commotion, and you hear Alosha screaming. You are woken up. You are both prone, but I do need you to roll initiative as well to get on the order, and then the two harpies are gonna take their turn. Which see. Okay, the restrained harpy is going to stand up from its prone, but it is also restrained. So it's going to use half of its movement
And in difficult terrain. So.
to do that, and it's going to. I mean,
Also, weirdly, can't stand up too because restrained.
okay.
Yeah. It's just there for a round.
Okay.
Restrained is really
Okay.
rude.
Yeah. Okay. So it's there for a round. So he doesn't do anything. The other one though, it is just in the difficult terrain. It's going to fly.
Yeah.
One.
Is there a roof? Can you just go up, or is it?
It's going to fly. It's 20 feet of movement to get out of where that cube was. I assume it was the back half of the room. You didn't draw it out. But it was probably what 20 feet, right? To get both of, well, that's not where it would have been, but for
It
now
would be weird, like 10 feet. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
The other
Some
one,
of it would have been on the wall.
yeah, the other one's out now, and I just don't want to draw
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
Actually, would have used its action to dash.
Ooh.
So it's got 20 feet there, and it's gonna use. Oh, dang it! I forget to switch that. The remainder of its movement to catch right up to you, Zadok, flying, because it has. That would be 80 total feet, so 20 of it was in that, and
Okay.
it's yeah. So there, okay. Let's resort the order. All right, that brings us to Alosha, top of the round.
Kind of point to behind you.
Yes.
It's, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna like throw my hands and try and trip it. So an air deck save.
Yeah.
Ah. It's working really well.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That one.
I'm gonna like hold my hands in my head and like push towards it, and I'm gonna keep running.
Okay.
5, 10. I'm gonna just kind of run in here, and I'm like, hey guys. You guys are like still waking up,
All right. And Crunch,
and that's my turn.
as you're woken from your garbage pile of animal bones and fur, you see Alosha come into the room with a frantic look on her face. You've heard this crazy sounds outside that has woken you up. You are prone, so it will cost you half your movement to stand up. But what do you do?
Not the welcome party.
Okay, well, thank you for anticipating me. I do appreciate that about you, Vanessa. Urson, buddy.
What? Is it?
It's one of those moments when a person
Is
says
it
we've got
time to
company.
save the bees?
Now let's go ahead and just wash those sleepies out of
Oh,
your eyes. It
all
might be
right.
murder
Give me
time
a
again.
minute.
It's
Give me-
but it might be murder time. You like the murder, remember?
Yeah. Give me a
Yeah.
sec.
Oh,
Desmond starts
absolutely.
stretching.
Um, all right. So Goreclaw summoned. Um, I'm going to stand up.
And Goreclaw and Crunch have both received the benefits of a short rest at this point.
Sweet. I'm going to go ahead and
Incredible.
though. Go over here and let me go ahead and click
Let's see
this
if that
button.
does anything for me.
If you took anything.
As a barbarian, not much.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do. Well, shoot. I'm going
Doesn't
to
really do anything
move.
for the bard yet either. Yeah.
You got a couple more bardic inspirations. They might help a bit.
Oh, I thought that didn't come back on until 5.
You could be right.
They don't, but
Yeah,
I think he has some left.
Yeah, I got a couple. All right, so I am up. But Vanessa, what's the situation?
I don't know. Some bird ladies are trying to attack us.
Well, again, is this like the other one? The weird sort of
No, more
different-
lady, more lady, less bird.
Okay, all right. Well, that's certainly a good report. Where is the doc?
Hopefully not being eaten by one of them. It's kind of
I mean-
wormy, and they're kind of birdy.
This is going to exceed pretty much the
Yeah.
amount of your free speaking action, so you do need to make a determination.
That's fine. For my action,
You can continue to
Yeah.
discuss the doc. That can be your action, but
no.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and dash as an action.
So dash is weird when you stand up from prone, so it doesn't like you don't get 30 feet. You get
That's cool. Just let me know how much I got.
what do you get? You get half of your total movement, so you'd only have
You'd have 15 feet remaining from standing up, and then dash will give you your full
You'll
movement speed.
give you your movement speed again. So
Yeah.
You'll have an overall 45 movement.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. In that case, I will. I'm going to go here. There's 30. And because I can see Zadok, I'm going to give him some inspiration for whatever horror will befall him when it is his turn.
Okay.
Watch out for that horrible bird woman,
Yeah.
friend.
Yes.
All right. Zadok, that brings us to you.
I don't have the fire anymore. Shit. What I'm going to do. I'm going to use, let's see, I will make sure I can do this in the right order. Yes, I can. No, I'm not going to Misty Step. I'm going to cast Word of Misfortune against it. Nope, not Word of Misfortune. I'm going to vomit on it. You see, I just start.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my Carrier of Rot ability to vomit, like, just some black, like, stomach ichor at it.
Okay.
So it needs to make a DC 13
Okay.
con save.
$11.
Alright, so it's going to take 1d4 necrotic damage now. And then for the next minute, at the end of each of its turn, it also is going to take a D4, unless it uses its action to remove it via a medicine check.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Gross.
Yes, quite gross. I agree.
oh shit, 1. Takes 1 damage.
Okay.
Um,
Damage is damage.
damage is damage. And then I'm going to Misty Step away as a bonus action. I have Misty Step. I know I don't have second level spells yet but because of Fey Touch, I get access to Misty Step.
Okay.
Once a day.
Sure.
So use that as
All right.
a bonus action. I'm going to Bamf next to Crunch.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's a oh, it's a hairball of
I'm
some
hissing
kind.
it. Yeah, I'm hissing it.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay, so this other creature, I'm just reading the other spell here real quick. It already ended its turn and was restrained by the Shadow Ribbons, so it ended its turn there. It is still affected by the difficult terrain, though. But it is going to spend its movement. The walls in here are 30 feet high. It will
If
have...
it's still restrained, it has to make the save again, though.
Oh, okay. I'm reading it here. Okay, so it is still restrained. It was.
Oh no! Until the end of.
It already ended its turn. Its last turn in there.
So it's restrained until the end of this turn, and you need to make a dexterity saving.
Yeah, it has
Okay.
because it only can be non-restrained if it beats the save.
Oh no! You're
Once
supposed to
the
make
creature makes the save, it can't be restrained by it, but it's still affected.
make
So,
another.
yeah.
You're supposed to make another dexterity save last turn.
Okay, well, we'll make that dex save for last turn.
Yeah.
Still fails.
13. Okay. So it's still restrained. Still restrained. All right. So it's still
holding up.
It's still restrained. So we'll just go ahead and make its dex save. Still restrained. That brings us to Urson. Urson, as you have heard the commotion of battle, your Alosha screaming these like vicious caws of these bird-like creatures, which you have yet to see.
I'm imagining they're seagulls.
What do you do?
All right. Will I be able to? If I were to dash with my action, could I get past Crunchy Boy over here?
You would have 45 feet of movement. You can move through his space. He's a small creature. You could probably get. I didn't see how far you moved, but was it 40 to him? You could get.
Ideally, I'd like to move right here, which is my full 60 feet of movement speed. But before I do, I just want to see if that is possible. But before I do so, Urson's going to yell, "Save the bees!" and then go into a bloodthirsty rage. He's going to see red again, you guys.
You will have to stay.
I love.
You will have to
this
stare.
catchphrase.
You will have to stand up from your full sprawled out bear rug pose. Well,
Oh yes.
yes.
Oh yeah. So he gives one quick yawn and then he cracks his neck and then
So you'll have you'll have 45 total feet of movement.
And I'll stand right in front of my guy Crunchy,
Okay.
raging.
Hello, everyone. We're all sort of gathered around here now.
All right.
That's very nice.
Do you have a bonus action or anything?
There's my rage.
Okay.
Raging.
Yes. Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
That brings us to this restrained, or the prone harpy. It's going to use its movement to stand.
Lots of getting up and down in this session.
Yeah. It's leg day.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, do I need rage? Like, have they attacked yet? I'm like, no, they haven't.
No, they
This is
have.
fine. They're just being like, a little aggressive. You don't really know they're evil or not. We just ran away. We got scared.
Like, leave us alone, guys. We just want to stand up like normal creatures.
This has got to be very annoying for them.
Yeah, and it's going to fly over to here. because it's
And you all just hear the worst alarm clock in the world.
yes,
Go off across
the alarm.
it's the bleeding goats.
And it's gonna attack you, Zadok, because you're the one who was casting, and you're the only one who's really done anything to it so far. It's gonna claw and club you.
Rude.
14 misses, the 17 hits.
All right, for the mage armor. So you're gonna take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
As this creature is like fluttering its wings in your face, it comes down with its left claw slashing, but it must bounce off of like your mage armor.
I made the concentration check.
Okay, yeah, that was the next question.
That other one's still got to deal with that bullshit.
Yep, but that's the end of its turn. That brings us to Alosha.
It's gonna take another D4.
D4, yeah, go.
God damn it! Another one.
It's all right. 1,000 cuts. That was another one for anyone who was curious.
How do I use shape water in a situation?
You could enumerate the harpies. You could count.
I could. If they're all within 5 feet of each other, I could. I'm going to step out there. I'm going to run up to it right here, and I'm going to do the same thing, hold it out of my head, and I'm going to shoot a kind of like a pulse at it. And just another dexterity save. Do the same thing.
Okay.
Tripping it, hopefully.
15.
Oh no, it resists me.
It's had enough of this bullshit.
Yes.
To stand.
It casts a mean glare in your face. Not today.
And I just kind of duck behind this thing.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Crunch.
Yes. All right. Very good. I'm going to first really enjoy that all of my buddies are here around me. That seems nice. Then I'm going to target this little lady here with this spell here. Uh-oh. That's what it says.
Okay.
Blinding pain. You cause a creature within range to suffer a severe pain in the head. At the start of its turn, the target takes 1d4 psychic damage and is blinded for 1 round.
Natural 1.
On a successful wisdom saving throw.
All right, so it's going to take 1d4 damage for sure. And then it is blinded.
For 1 round.
Yeah. Let's do that. Okay.
Bonus.
Did you roll the
bonus? Yeah, it rolled up there. It's
what was it? 2.
Yeah,
it was a 2.
Well, I mean, it's.
Oh wait.
It's all right. We're doing so good, guys. And I'm going to, as a bonus action, use some bardic inspiration. The last one I have on my old buddy Goreclaw.
Oh, this is for a minute. You're blinded for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
1 round.
No, it's for a minute. Every round they must make the save, or they're blinded for a round.
Oh wow.
Non-concentration. Oh wow, this is really strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, because it just happens, and I don't think they have cure wounds. We'll see.
So, and I believe that is it. The inspiration to bear friend and blinding this new monster. It might be a friend, but we seem to be trying to kill it. So off we go.
Yeah, it hasn't taken the damage yet. It's at the start of its turn, so I'll put that damage back
Yes.
on.
That's fine.
All right. Action, bonus action. You gave a inspiration, some inspiring words to Goreclaw.
Yes, I give him a very delicate pat because he is filled with rage and I don't want to die.
As this creature the harpy in front of you, Zadok, has taken, like there's a flash of light in its face. It's fluttering its wings right in your. You really don't have a whole lot of movement space here, but it is your turn to act.
Is it high enough that I can move underneath it?
You're kind of a big dude, and no, it is on level with you. It is hovering above the staircase to be on level with you because you're so there's like as much space as would be between you and 5 feet of stairs. The stairs are only 10 feet in height, and they look to be 20 feet long, so probably not. You could make like an athletics barrel roll though if you want to certainly try as your action.
I'll swing at it with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
It's
and you don't
20. Because it's blinded, I have advantage.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll the damage as you just whack it with it. You know, you don't.
Back.
You just see feathers,
Like
like a
broom.
like an old lady swatting birds away with a broom.
Yep.
You scoldedly hit it. You know, you don't see that they have any form of armor. It's just feathers and skin and stuff like that. And do you have anything else that you can do on your turn as a bonus action?
I don't think any of my cantrips are bonus actions, so no.
Okay.
That
brings us to Harpy over here. It's going to start its turn still restrained. However, you all hear a melodic singing start to ring throughout the chaos of battle. Ursa and Goreclaw and Crunch, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Your strong suits.
Yeah. I'm happy to. Would this potentially affect? Hold on one
17.
second. Okay. Does this have anything to do with charms or being frightened?
It is a charm.
Oh, right. In that case, because I'm already super crazy, I have advantage on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Just another voice in the head, right?
Yeah. It won't bother me over much. Let's give that a shot.
You needed that.
That's lucky. That was a 3 and a 16.
You hear the melodic singing, but it seems to have no effect. You all are now immune to the Harpy song for the next 24 hours. I'm gonna
hum it back to it.
Alosha and Zadok individually for theirs. All right.
Just a voice in the choir.
All right. What is it? What is the black ribbon? Was that a dex save?
Dex 14. Yeah.
It's still restrained.
Jeez. How you doing? Yeah.
Goreclaw.
Right. So Ersin's eyes are kind of dilated, and you can tell he's not all quite there. And his lower mouth and lip is just kind of hanging like crazy bears do. And he's trying to find his target, and it flew away. And so he hurriedly scrambles over this barrier and then tries to, I guess, climb up these stairs for an attack.
Okay, it is a 10-foot drop, but you're in a rage, so make a dexterity saving throw to see if you take any damage on the hop down. It's not going to be high.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, you absolutely
21.
Sticks the landing. So as you hop down, there's a loud thud on the ground. Some of the ground cracks beneath you. As you rush around, what do you do?
He goes, and then he tries to, take a big chunk out of this Happy with the bite.
With advantage, because it is blinded.
And flanked.
Well, we've never done flanking.
Yeah.
It's
19.
There you go.
19 with 6 bite.
Okay.
6 piercing damage.
Sure. And then don't you have your little thingy deal you can do?
I mean, if he's blinded, no, I'd rather save it.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the end of my turn.
All right. As you rip it, you take a bite out of one of its feathers, and you pull a big mouthful out, and there's blood ripping off of dripping from that wound.
I get it's 8 damage because
8.
I'm raging.
That's right.
Sorry.
Yep. Nope.
Nice.
I haven't been doing that until now, so I'll try to remember that.
It's gonna take
global modifier.
A good thing to do in global modifier is to make another weapon just called Rage Axe, and you click that one when you rage.
Okay.
Put the +2 added, or just a global modifier also. Very good.
Point of housekeeping: that one wouldn't have been blinded, Zadok. You would not have hit it because it's blinded at the start of its turn.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So take off 3 damage.
Yeah.
I do have rage damage thing. Cool.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
It,
figured it out.
it's
It's
yeah.
my turn.
It takes the 2 damage from that. It is now blinded. As it's flapping around, just looking. It's getting pulled back from Goreclaw. That directional spin. It's going to turn and try and attack you, Urson, with a club and a claw, both at disadvantage. Does a 13 hit? No,
It does
13.
not.
No, neither one of those hit. As it's flailing wildly, does it need to make another save on a successful saving throw? No, cure wounds or healing word ends this spell. So, no, it's going to be blinded for the duration. Ow, sorry,
I think it makes a new save on every turn.
It's
As long as it's
Start.
Yeah, start of every turn. If it passes, it's okay for that turn.
Sure.
Next turn, it makes it again. Like it's
going to
every
fail.
turn it makes it.
It's a wisdom saving. A natural 20. All right.
Look at that boy.
All right.
The
It's
girl, I
still
mean.
blinded for the turn, right?
Yeah, that'll go away at the end of its. I would assume it's at the end of its turn. It's still blinded for at the start of its turn, right? It's blinded until the end of its next turn. All right, that's just easier to say. That's the. That brings us to you,
Yeah.
Alosha. You have one harpy. Despite being wailed on, it's still looking pretty vicious and in this fight.
I don't really got anything. I can knock it prone again.
It's always fun.
It takes 4 more damage from the necrotic.
Okay. It's gonna pass the. Does a blinded creature have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws to be knocked down? I have the conditions over here.
I'm not sure about that. You might want to look at that.
Yeah, let's see.
It fails ability checks that attack rolls have disadvantage. So no, saving
No. Okay.
Yeah.
it's not affected by saves unless it requires sight.
Okay, it passes with a 16.
Oh no, it's the ability check that requires sight. Yeah, it doesn't affect saves.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just do it. Oh well. I'm gonna go to this corner then.
All right, that brings us to you, Crunch.
Okay. All right. Zadok, do you mind if I sort of scuttle between your legs here?
That's a DM question. I don't know if you can. I don't know. We're on stairs. If you could move through my space here.
You can't end your movement in his space. I don't know where you're intending to go.
That's fine. No intention to. It's just a quick sort of poke in and through, and then right back out. So I guess in order to do that, I'm gonna get down kind of on all fours to be even smaller, and I'm gonna crawl my way through Zadok's legs, and then I'm gonna dragon roar at this harpy. Your voice is amplified. To assault the mind of one creature, the target must make a charisma saving throw. If it fails, the target takes 1d4 psychic damage and is frightened of you until the start of your next turn.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't need to crawl through his legs to do that. I think
This is flavor. I very much enjoy the idea of this tiny little man roaring upwards at a harpy.
Yeah,
like
sure. Yeah, you duck down underneath his little cloth that he has, and you kind of slide it out of the way, and just like a little peekaboo, and make a charisma saving throw. No, they're not charismatic at all. If it fails, it takes the one and is frightened of you till the end of its next turn. Okay, so it's gonna. You said it does 2 damage.
This is correct.
Yes, it's frightened. It's not gonna be able to move anywhere. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, you guys are beating up on this one pretty good. Zadok, you're up. You're with your friends, in close company. Getting more up and close with this harpy than you would normally choose to be, though.
Yes, I am, and I'm within 5 feet of it. And that's the problem. I can move back through Crunch, right?
You can.
Or back, yeah. I can. I know I'm gonna take an opportunity attack.
You are. Uh, it'll make an attack of opportunity with. It's going to try and claw at you.
A 6
Yeah.
misses. Fantastic. And then I'm going to cast. What is chirping? I keep hearing a bunch of chirping. Sounds like Discord chirping.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's different sound settings over here. We could talk all about it later.
No. No, it was like the Discord notification. I thought I dropped out.
Yeah, no. It's a bunch of things on my end.
I am going to use Chill Touch. So I don't like this thing hitting me, and you'll see like a thickly skeletal hand like just kind of float off of his for 20 to hit because it's attack rolls have advantage against a blinded creature. It's still blinded for its turn, right? Till the start of its turn, right?
Yeah, and it's
because it wasn't the last turn. Okay.
Yeah.
20 to hit or 8
Oof, spicy. And
it also has 10 less movement.
Okay.
Or no, Chill Touch is Did it cast? Oh, it didn't put the description yet.
I got it. Yeah, only the DM can click on it and then play.
Sorry. It can't regain hit points, not movement. That's something of
they don't
Frost.
Okay. All right.
That's my turn. No bonus actions.
All right. It is now unblinded at the start of its turn. It's going to take, what does it have? You got that ticking acid spell still going?
That's not that one. The one that's up now is the one that is still fucking restrained.
Oh, it is. Yeah. This
needs to make another dex save.
This lass over here
yeah.
Is still
still
All right, that brings us to
what round are we on? Because it only lasts for a minute. We're not at round 10 yet.
He does get another dex save right now.
No, I just made it. It was a 7.
Oh, sorry. All right, so Jesus, blinded and pained again.
No, that's not that one. It's the other one. The other one's up next, but
the one that's been back in the corner the whole time that we just left in the other room.
Poor buddy.
Goreclaw is probably going to finish this one off here, I imagine.
Yeah, there's me. I mean, I'm raging, but how does this harpy look in front of me?
Pretty beat up. And I was asking, Zadok, you had that vomit necrotic damage thing. How long does that last?
A minute.
Okay,
that's just an ability.
Right.
It's not a concentration. Yeah.
What was the 1d4 on that?
The last time it was a 4.
What's this?
It's at the start of its turn.
Oh, okay.
But
then
that one's not up. Yeah.
Okay.
The last time was a 4, but it hasn't started its turn yet.
Yeah, this one's looking pretty rough. I mean, its feathers are missing. It's got some of they've been burned away with that necrotic blast from Zadok. The dragon roar has singed some of them. Your bite took a big chunk out of its wing. It's not going to last too many more rounds. Not in its present state.
Well, Issen isn't, aiming quite right, but he will go straight for the neck on this next one.
15's going to hit.
15.
For 7.
For a total of 9.
9. Okay.
Including the range damage.
I mean, if you looked at this thing, I mean, it's on its last legs. Almost any damage is going to kill it.
Well, in
that
that case,
dead, it takes another D4 at the start of its turn.
In that case, Issen isn't letting this thing get away under any circumstances. So he's going to try his unarmed strike, which automatically does 5 damage and should do 2 more if he hits with the rage. I don't know if I had advantage or not.
No, it is not. It is not blinded. It's not restrained. It has no conditions on it.
Well, then he misses. He lashes out. And
it is still blinded. It is. Its turn hasn't come up yet. I keep mixing them up. So natural 20. For
the wildness of an unarmed strike.
It's a total. Well, yeah, 8 total damage. How do you want to do that?
Yeah, well, he's just gonna swipe with one of his big bear claws, and I don't know. I'd imagine the hoppy goes flying someplace.
Yeah, you knock it over. You come one bite into the neck, and then you kind of ragdoll it a little bit and then just swat it with your right hand, knocking it over the edge of the stairs, sending it crashing down to the floor in the courtyard below.
And Edison goes in victory, and then looks for his next target.
Okay, that one's done.
And I guess using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to move up here. He's going to knock Crunchy Boy out the way and just start charging on all fours towards this door.
All right. And that brings us to Alosha.
Are we good? As I look out,
Still the other one.
Right? Yeah. The other one in the ribbons. Okay. Back up.
Oh, okay. Crunch.
Is there any part of this harpy that's still sort of extant?
It's in a crumpled mess with some like necrotic burns, gash marks, but it's on the floor in the courtyard. So like if my dog.
No, I got you. I'm asking like, are there any sort of chunks nearby, within reaching distance of old Crunchy?
Like what do you mean by a chunk? Like there's some like gore that Goreclaw would have, just a mess on the floor beneath it.
Yeah, no, brother, I'm talking like a feathery chunk. That sounds right. If I can just grab that.
I mean, you'd have to grab it out of Goreclaw's mouth.
Well, in that case, I'm just gonna let my buddy have his chew toy. For sure. What?
You could grab it out of Goreclaw's mouth. You might lose a hand.
Yeah, I could, and that's we'll get our Star Wars stuff going on later. Okay. So Crunchy's gonna move through Urson, hopefully without getting bared up.
Yeah, as you run through the hall, Goreclaw's standing there like in a hulking rage, but you slide underneath his legs and pop back up. No prone extra movement or anything like that. You have I assume you're a Darrow. I assume you're raised in darkness. You have dark vision, correct?
Oh, I got superior dark vision. I can see all the things.
Right. As you make your way around the corner, you see in there's this black tendrily miasma currently gripping this harpy that's struggling just to even stand. As it's restrained on the floor still. Just
Sweet.
you see the outline of that. It's all in black and white and gray.
Okay.
Because it is dark. It is dark in that room.
I'm into it. So I'm going to split my speaking action a bit. I'm going to yell back. You did a real good job with this one. It's all messed up. And then I'm going to face this harpy. Then I'm going to say, you look ridiculous, and we have killed your friend. Viciously. I will mock them viciously.
With a wisdom saving throw, since they're fantastic. Jarvis, walk away.
Jarvis, just walk away, bud.
2. All right. And this one has escaped the fray of battle for the most part, but it did take that fall damage. As it's going to take roll the
I'll just
damage on that.
Just roll a d4.
Oh, I accidentally marked off 2, and 2 it is, and it'll have disadvantage on its next attack roll if it ever gets to stand up. All right, is that you got anything else you could do? You said you were going to split your speaking action.
No, I did. I told everybody they were doing great, and then I told this thing that it sucked, and that's the split.
All right. That brings us to Zadok. The fray of battle is seemingly over in this general area as you see Crunch and Urson making their way towards the other room where the harpies flew out of the hole.
I don't know. Can I make 30 feet? Can I make 800 feet? If I run in there?
Give me an athletics check to see if you can get by Goreclaw and that. Make it a 12, and you can do it.
You're talking to someone with a negative.
Or actually, this would be acrobatics. This would be
I
acrobatics.
mean, I'll roll either or. Neither are good. It's
20.
20.
Yeah, you're able to get in there.
Skittering. All
You
right.
just like your slender form is able to get past Gurklaw's hulking mass in the hallway, and you leap over Crunch, like a little parkour off the wall.
Yeah, standing in the door. It is prone, right? Or is it restrained?
It is restrained. It's
Good.
standing, just struggling under the weight of these shadowy tentacles. It's like it can't get its wings up. It's fighting against that. Just for some reason, these naturally dexterous creatures, it cannot make this save.
Then I'm going to.
You're getting your mileage out of that spell.
Yes, I am. I think another chill touch, so the bony hand shoots out again from his fingers and latches onto this thing. For a 14 to hit.
14 hits. Roll the damage. As you
Seven necrotic.
as like the touch of like dry ice and water, is it like just the cold mist burning away some of its feathers for 7 damage. My man, you walk away. All right, it is its turn. We know what it's got to do. It is going to attempt yet again to break out of this restraint. Finally able to break out of the restraints. Looking around, it's
still difficult terrain.
yeah, it's got enough movement to get to you though. As it fly, it's got 40 feet of fly speed. As it's flying just right towards you, claw and a club. Natural 20 and a 15. Does the 15 hit?
Both hit.
Both hit. All right.
I'm going down. I got 11 hit points, my man.
For eight slashing and a total of 10.
10 total. I'm still standing. I got one
go.
hit point.
10 damage as it's just viciously going after you. You're still the only person it's actually ever seen.
Now, I gotta. You tell me if I'm wrong here, but if this sucker had some vicious mockery, that it's got disadvantage on at least.
It was still the first roll. The first roll was the natural 20, so it. Oh yeah, right.
All right, so you only take the 2.
That's
right. Good paying attention. I got so much to keep track of. Good.
That's a much better hit. I'll take those 8 hit points back.
Yeah, it's a perfect use of that. That worked out so well. As it swings and you're able to duck under as its claws make contact with the wall, but just ducking under it is able to get you on the follow through with that club, but for much less damage. And that, yeah, it's out of that spell.
For now.
Yeah.
We can get it back in there.
Urson, your rage filled, and you can see your friends in front of you. There's a tight space, but if you want to come up with a clever way, you could work your way through that crowd. You may have to move some bodies.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how I would do that.
You just tell. I mean, there's a ledge.
I don't have anything fancy. I'm just a big fight machine.
Well, part of that.
How does this crumpled wall look?
How
does this crumpled wall look?
As described, that crumpled wall is a pile of rubble. It's about 6 feet high. You could climb over it with athletic or acrobatics, or try and barrel through it with the strength check.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking about. If I try to barrel through it and potentially knock something over on top of this hoppy over here.
Absolutely, you could bust through it like the Kool-Aid Man. Make a strength check.
Yeah, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it.
You're raging, so you have advantage.
Yeah.
Bardic inspiration.
And you have regular inspiration too. You got a natural 20 early on, I think, didn't you? Somebody has inspiration.
That's right. That was Gorkla.
Is it 6? 6
Should be a D6, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, just enough. It was a 15.
You.
It's already rubble. As you're able to burst through, knocking some of it, I'm going to have it make a dex save just to see if it can get out of the way. This one hasn't had great luck. Natural 20, but it's still going to take partial Damage from the initial one will give it a 1d4, but you still have your. That's a good d4 worth of damage instead of what it would have been. You walk away. And what do you? That'll be like your movement to barrel through it, and then you can still have your attack action.
Okay, I like that. I'll take it. So yeah, he's gonna try to chompy chomp out of this harpy right here. He'll go for the leg. He hasn't had a thigh in a bit.
Get some dark meat.
Yeah, but he misses.
Do you have advantage
9
with like?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. No. Okay.
If you went reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now 9 is not going to miss. It's able to get its like little leg out of the way. You're just maybe in the chaos of bursting through the wall and just trying to grab it as it was making that save to get out of the way. All right, Elosha, you're tucked away nice and neat over in the corner.
Yeah. How high up is it to like? I know the roof's gone, but is there like a thick wall right here?
There
That
is.
has like a top to it. Kind of
It's
thing?
30 feet.
Oh, it's 30 feet up.
Well, the wall itself is 30 feet tall. I'm sorry, 30 feet tall. You are standing 10 feet off the ground already. So it would be a total of like a 20-foot teleport up to the top.
That's what I want to do. I was gonna run over here and I'm gonna look up at it and kind of look back. I don't see anyone behind me, and I'm just gonna turn to my right and hold my hand out, and a door is gonna appear, and I'm gonna step through the door and reappear up here.
Okay, cool. You can get up there. I didn't know if I'd have to drag you. Yeah, the harpy was going to go up there if it could have failed one. If it could have made one.
Oh, I guess I do step into black vines or black ribbons.
Does that
right on the edge of it?
Yeah. Well,
I guess I see them. Like, oh.
Yeah, and it was actually one square lower. We just never moved it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never moved it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up here and kind of look around.
It was actually here.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna appear. A door's gonna appear, and I'm gonna step through it up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around, and I don't got anything. I'm just gonna yell down to you guys.
The crystals? You could. No, you're good. You're good.
You got a good vantage point.
That's my turn.
That's we're to Crunch.
I liked sort of the dip between Zadok's legs last time, and it seems we're in an identical situation now. So I'm gonna do that again, but this time I would really like to slice this thing's Achilles if I could.
You'll be making. You'd almost be prone, so the attack will be at disadvantage. Because you'd be you'd be on your hands and knees.
That's fine.
So I think making let me get the things open here, but making a melee attack while prone I think is a disadvantage. Yeah.
That's fine. That's
my
all
body
fine.
structure is more short enough, but yeah.
I mean, now you can get around though, because Goreclaw busted through the wall. I know it's not visually represented on the map, but Goreclaw did bust through the wall here, so it is cleared through. So you could like go around Goreclaw and get behind it.
Yeah. It's
hard to represent that on a 2D map.
I mean,
or you could do your pokesy through the leg.
No. This is a new good thought. You know what? Instead of stabbing this sucker, I'm gonna do just the exact same move, and I'm gonna roar at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna duck between Zadok's legs, and I'm going to roar at it like a fearsome dragon.
It's a charisma.
Charisma, yeah. They're charismatic. 14.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's gonna meet it. All right.
Yep.
You got a bonus action. I think you're pretty much spent on.
Yep, I'm all done with bonus actions.
Yep. All right, Zadok. This thing is looking. It's still got some fight. It's still got some fight left in it. It was over here just struggle busting against that black miasma for the longest time, so it didn't get too much damage until you guys entered the fray over here.
And it's right in my face.
It is right in your face.
I'm going to swat at it with my quarterstaff broom.
Okay. I mean, there's no natural armor on it, so you do find purchased with that. Roll the damage. Yeah. For two. Okay. Does this thing currently have any weird effects on it? It didn't take anything, so it doesn't have the vomit. It doesn't have anything else, right? No. Okay. Zadok.
Yeah, and then I'm going to. No, that's my turn. I'll stay where I am.
All right. It's got Goreclaw flanking it. What it's going to try and do? It's going to try and grapple you, Zadok. So go ahead and make a strength. Or athletics or acrobatic saving throw, however you would try and get out of it. It's going to try and grapple you for its action.
It's very nimble, thin. I would try to be thinner than a 7.
It's all right. 7 is all right. And it's going to unwisely try and fly out of here. It was attempting to try and swoop you up and pick you up and one fell motion. It's going to try and run. So Goreclaw and Zadok, you would both have the opportunity to make opportunity
as well.
Okay,
just to hit it. 16. Okay,
yeah, that'll hit it.
For 5.
All right, yeah. All right, it'll take 5, but it's going to fly up 40 feet. This is 20 feet, and it's got that movement. The 9 is not going to hit it. But it's going to fly up there, and it looks like it's trying to get out of here.
It did pass back through the.
I mean, it's over here. Yeah, I didn't visually see that on the map. That's on me. I
was just hoping it did.
Yeah, no, it would have seen it. It knows it's there. It's going to fly out of here. But it is just currently perched up on top of the wall, even level with you. Goreclaw, it's your turn. This thing has flown out of your general vicinity. It's 20 feet in the air and 15 feet away from you. I don't know if you have any throwing objects. There is plenty of stone right there at the ground too, though.
Ison is going to roll in rage. He's fully pissed off that this harpy just flew away right in front of his face. And so he's going to go, reach behind his back and chuck a javelin at this guy.
Oh, boy.
That's beautiful.
For 12 damage, I rolled a 23.
It's adding the crit, though. So it's for 8 because you're raging, right?
Yes.
1d6 plus strength, so it was a 2, and then your rage for 6 as it just sticks right into its back. And it's kind of trying to fly away, but one of its wings is burned from the chill touch. It's got a javelin sticking in its back. I'm vamping until Alosha gets batteries. Okay. All right, Goreclaw, do you have anything else as a bonus action?
I do not. No,
okay.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Alosha, it is to you. This thing is... you see it trying to flutter away, but also trying to rip the javelin out of its back. It's your turn.
I mean... I see it flying away. I'm going to hold my hand out and think really hard at it. And I'm going to try and knock it prone.
All right, hold on. Dex, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Dex save. Yeah.
19.
Oh, no, I got away.
This one did not... It's failed enough Dex saves today. It got its workout over there a little earlier. Oops, accidentally grabbed the map there.
Still got 2 more of us. Try to stop it.
That brings us to Kronch. You currently can't see it from your position outside of the room. The walls are just blocking your general view. But you would have seen it fly up, so you do know it has taken to the air.
That's cool. I don't mind moving. Here we go.
Yep.
Oh, all right. It's this one's trying to get away. Let's see what we can do about this. What can we do about this? I suppose. No. Well, just for funsies, let's cast this upon it. just in case it does stick around for a bit.
Agonizing Mark. You choose a creature you can see within range to mark as your prey, and a jagged ray of black energy issues forth from you until the spell ends. Each time you deal damage on the target, it must make a charisma saving throw. Okay. That's each time you deal damage. Okay. That's your action. We have expended all of our bonus actions. As a bard, no more inspiration.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Zadok.
Can I see it? I move into the room.
Yeah, if you move into the room, you can see it.
All right, get back down here. I'm going to use chill touch again. More skeletal hand.
16 hits. Will this be enough to finish it off?
Necrotic.
Almost enough to finish it off. It is this poor, beaten down harpies movement.
Act out of
but even with all of the damage and everything, it is going to use its entire flight movement speed just to dash completely away. It's got 80 feet total, which will take it off the map. But that will take us out of combat. So your knight has had a slight interruption. There is now the floor. It flew away. It takes us out of combat.
Were these the same? Or their feathers? I assume we at least knocked one free, right? Are they the same feathers that we maybe found outside? Could I take a look?
Yeah, there are a mess of feathers between this one and the other one, scattered throughout. And so, these match the feathers that you had found outside in the forest, and then also in the room which you had taken up as your sleeping quarters. It's still the middle of the night. But yeah, the hole in the floor now is burst wide open. But they did have a little bit of a little campfire-ish thing going down there. So there's a little warm glow, a very light glow coming, but you could tell it's kind of down around like in a corner. It's not like directly below it, so you can see a slight glow coming from down there.
I peek my head down in the hole, see if there's any others in there.
Yeah. Go over there, make an investigation check.
Better at that than perception. 18.
Well, you're actively looking for something. As you peer down into the hole, you see no other creatures down there that are living. There are several carcasses of recently deceased animals, as well as you do notice in the glimmering, though, there are some every now and again, if the fire flickers the right way, you see some glints of some objects that appear to be metallic. And there's also a staircase that leads from snaking down to like the south of the hole, down towards what appears to be another room. Can you guys see the thing in the bottom corner of the map, or is it just a black square still?
Just like a weird
black square. This area is still
a little bit of it. Yeah, just we know there's something there.
Yeah,
we can't see what it is. What is the little shiny stuff?
From your vantage point, you can't tell, but you can tell that it's metallic in nature. You see like a room that you can catch glimmerings of a room. You can't quite make out everything. Like there's a small fire, like what would be like over.
I tell the party they have what looks like a good campsite going on down there.
Harpies could gather trinkets and objects, and like I said, there's lots of bones and animal refuse. It's
Do we want to sleep maybe in the stink hole?
I mean, that of course that gets my vote.
You guys decide on that real quick. I gotta run to the restroom real quick.
Whatever, and he's the one who adventures out here in the wilderness a lot.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, before we do anything, I probably would perform a survival check and then probably assume my natural sleeping position. I'm going to use the best restroom real quick too. I'm doing really good at speaking with words right now, you guys. Can you tell?
Yeah.
It's the accent is 100%.
It hasn't slipped. Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that black ribbon's got a workout.
Black Ribbons is a solid lockdown, man.
That made that fight a lot more manageable.
I agree.
I think those things could have easily taken Alosha and I out had we not rolled better initiative than them and B not stuck one of them at least down. Like you're prone plus that difficult terrain, even though it made it. It's like that bought us round one because I have 16 total hit points. I can't imagine you have much anymore, right?
Nope.
We're both wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're a sorcerer, right? Yeah.
Yeah, same.
We're still 1d6 classes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not beefy over here either. I believe I have 10.
Don't worry. Next time we take a long rest.
You have more than 10 hit points.
Well, I mean, tell that to my sheet, man. You know?
What's your base sheet say? Not your token, because my token resets every time Jeff drags us onto the map.
Oh, 17. Shit, I'm Diesel. Never mind.
Yeah. That's
oh, 90s.
The token, mine drops to 9 every time we move between maps as well. But I know that I have 16, so I just update mine. But
at some point, I'm gonna get some fairy fire happening, and we can layer some ribbons over some fairy fire, and just walk away. Nothing will ever move again. Fine.
Or you just rain fire on him. It's dope. I mean, anything that doesn't get restrained is fails. It's two back-to-back saves. It's like if it's not restrained but it's lit up, then there's advantage for everything as well. Like
All right. So
I think Urson's still in the bathroom too.
Okay, I had to shove a cheese stick in my mouth real quick.
I got my headphones. I'm on the move.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Might as well go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Take a quick 5 minutes. This is real D&D. We take snack and potty breaks, and announce that to the internet. Yeah, that was, I thought that was a good use of the environment by everybody. That spell got a lot of mileage. I mean, Harpies, I can't believe it couldn't beat that save. That Harpy was rolling terrible. 7s, and then once they got that deck save, it was like, okay, they've made all their deck saves. Yeah. Did you guys come up with sleeping arrangements?
I think we're gonna go down there, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I told Urson we defer to you, and he was like, I'm going to the bathroom. I was like, okay.
Okay. Let's see here. What is this?
I'm back.
Yo.
As I apparate out of nowhere.
The backgrounds do some wild things.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was just causing my Discord to spike GPU, so I was like, I gotta. It's the only thing about the PTB client is it doesn't like the video very well, but it's the only one that's currently handling my sound, so.
All right, my man, please just walk away.
And I don't know if Jeff heard you about your survival check.
No, I did not. No. What was the check for?
Yeah. We won. I don't know if you rolled it or not. Did you?
Oh no, I did.
Okay.
Oh no, I was gonna. Right when you left, I was gonna do a survival check to see if it was safe to sleep in the skank hole.
Well, you would have to go down there.
Yeah.
I mean, the Doc's investigation check did not appear to reveal any other creatures in there. I mean, he's able to see. So what he did not see any other movement down there.
Gotcha. we just want to finish our rest down here. So I just want to make sure it's safe enough to sleep. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone's
Unless if the investigation check does at the end, then we'll just roll with that. That's cool too.
yeah, so what it looks like when you look down in there, now that you've all had a chance to like poke your head around in there, it's a ground level chamber. It reeks of animal waste, sweat, and rotten meat. Bones and feathers lie strewn across the floor. Along the north side of the chamber, a wide stone arc descends into the earth. The wall above the stairs is carved into a faux archway decorated with interwoven knots, axes, and fierce looking owl bears, all in a characteristic dwarven style. A stout door stands close to the west wall, and it was clearly made as defense as it is fortified with steel bands and large nail heads. There's a stairway that leads that leads down into this as well, and there only appears to be the one other entryway other than there's a stairwell that leads down and then this doorway.
I go back for the campfire first, and then I do the rest of the party.
Yeah, I guess Essen also is going to consult with the party and see where they want to sleep. It doesn't much matter to him.
This has got the roof over our heads in case it rains. It's better than the open ceiling.
There you go.
Yeah, it would appear that this room is as safe as any other place.
Yeah.
Fine with either.
We
Hopefully that bird lady doesn't come back.
I could recast alarm above it, and we'd at least know then that the other room.
Yeah, it's a nice little trick you got there.
Yeah. So yeah, I would go back and get the other campfire. Make sure I eat that. Bring it along with. That's
Gotta eat the campfires.
That spell lasts for 24 hours, so I'm just gonna try and keep them. Yeah, it's probably getting a little untended, but I just still the act of eating it. Yeah, put it back in my mouth. I'll probably eat this one too. Yeah, I think we should sleep down here if we're gonna sleep.
How do we get down there? Do we have ropes?
There's a rotting staircase that leads down. It is about a 15-foot drop.
Okay.
As
You guys want me to go first? I can check it out.
Yeah, that's right. You float. That's right. Yeah. That's probably the best.
Yeah, do the trick.
Huh?
Yeah, you would see like where the door was, there is a stairwell leading down. Alosha, as you know, you could obviously just bamf down there. I mean, do you all go down? One at a
Yeah,
time?
I mean, I think we're going down. I'll go down the check real quickly, but yeah, if we're all gonna go, I think we're all gonna go.
Yeah, Alosha, as you go down, you do notice that there is also a stairwell now that you can see leading down into darkness. It appears that there, at the end of that stairwell, there's no light coming directly from it, but there is a small light that you do see forming the outline of a door.
Okay.
Is it cool down there?
It's neat. It's a little dark, but I do see there's like a light or someone on the other side of a door down here.
Yeah, there are two doors. There's the door that you can kind of see like here. This is like the big, thick, ornately carved one, and then this is the stairwell that you see leading down. It appears to be a door at the end of it, as there's a slight outline of light coming underneath, like you just see like a little thin strip of light.
Yeah.
It would stand to reason that there's a door there.
Yeah, it seems okay, and no one's reacting to me talking right now. I mean, there might be people in that room where there's light. I can go knock and see.
I mean, I suppose we should keep the objective in mind, right? Is this? You think this is the entrance to the Scarlet Citadel?
Most
Do,
likely.
do you see any tassels or garlands or perhaps a balloon? Is there anything?
No, just
I don't see a
garbage.
banner that says "Welcome, Crunchy." I don't see that.
Well, and I, well, Crunch is beginning to get very, very discouraged by this.
It's a very sad birthday, then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, little
But
boy. Is this not what you
Oh.
expected?
Well, this entire experience has been fairly unexpected. Um, super hard not to be Van when someone calls me little guy, I guess. Um,
You did make a
um,
4 foot tall character.
yeah. Um, I'm gonna try and follow Vanessa down there, but it's a little Charlie Brown kind of deal. My head's hung, you know. Oh, right. I guess we'll go take the Scarlet Citadel without anybody having a party about it.
We could have a party later.
We'll have a nap first.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there any light in there for Urson? Like, I mean, he can see the light coming out, but I know he doesn't have the.
There's a campfire.
Oh no,
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm
I got
talking.
torches.
Okay, yeah.
I got a torch.
I meant in the room that he's currently standing in.
This
Well, I
because
lit that. Nah, probably not. But
I could just throw
while
the-
everyone's talking, I probably would have lit one just so I
Yeah.
can.
Well, I went and got the other campfire. I could just throw it out. Throw it up.
Well,
again.
open your mouth.
Yeah. As
All
long
right.
as it doesn't do damage, it still says it's a campfire.
So one at a time, you all have made your way down into this almost like defensive little bunker.
Cannonball.
Before we went down, I would have tried to string an alarm across the top.
Okay, yeah, we'll just represent it as the square that's already there. You know, as you look up, you just see nothing but darkness coming from the hole and the night sky, reminding you that you still haven't slept for the evening.
Miss Woody Dog.
You miss Woody Dog.
I'm sorry. Did you say that you miss Woody? I mean, I miss Buttercup if we're being vulnerable in this moment. I'm
Miss
a little
Woody Dog.
worried that she's not going to have enough rats to eat. Or that she might not like them.
They took that horse out behind. They took that horse behind the shed when we left.
Okay, well,
They just found
if
another horse, and they're going to tell us it's Buttercup.
Well, if they did that, then we will have a horse boy battle. I will see to that, even if it's just me versus them. My goodness.
Now, do we see any of those shiny little glints on the ground that you described? Now that we're down here,
Yeah, you do see. Make an investigation check to look around to see. I mean, you do see some glints of metal that catch the campfire.
I'll use that
Look around.
inspiration that I have. As
Sure.
Well. I'm gonna call it before I use it for 25.
25.
Hey,
As
there you
you, you know, you see a lot of rusted weapons, more towards the bottom of the pile. As you slowly pick through, there is,
But it's picking at trash.
yeah. You do come across though a dagger that appears to be a little bit more of a better craftsmanship than the other weapons. It's got innate grooves in the hilt, very fine filigree craftsmanship, and it's got a worked into it. The hilt, there's a red heart, and by heart I mean like the animal, like a stag. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that one's kind of like off to the side, not even in the main pile. It doesn't show the same rust and decay that the others show. Maybe as it hasn't been here quite as long.
Pick it up. Then I walk over to Crunchy and I say, "Happy birthday, Crunchy. I found you something."
Oh, is it Doc? Is this? Did you find a birthday present?
I think this is a birthday present maybe left for you. Yes.
But now that makes sense. Now this finally makes sense. All right, so the harpies were guarding the dagger, and we killed
Yes.
them. Sorry, but then you found my birthday present, my
Yes.
precious.
I believe so.
The precious.
Well, if this is a very nice dagger, are you certain that this is mine? There was probably a tag that fell off that said, "For Crunchy, we love you, Mumsy and Daddy." Right? I mean,
Did I find a tag that said that with the 25?
that's a good question.
No.
No, there's no scraps of paper in the room. No fine ribbon, no envelopes, no wrapping paper, no ornate boxes.
Yes. Well, sometimes they just know that you'll know. I take this dagger and I sort of nuzzle it in an unpleasant way that no one likes. And then I'm just gonna kind of hang out with this dagger, kind of looking at it back and forth. Are you turning it over in my hands? Just really sort of taking it in and forming an unhealthy bond with this inanimate object.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Zadak, can you talk to this thing?
Yeah. Can I ask it if it has a name?
Do you have any spell slots left?
That's a ritual.
Are you gonna spend another ritual cast again?
It's 10 minutes. I don't
Okay.
use a spell slot for it.
Yeah. I mean, as you spend 10 minutes, chanting and waving your arms around.
Sorry,
Set up
gang.
a spot to sleep on this.
Yeah.
On this,
Alosha, you have gone to sleep.
Essen assumes has already assumed his sleeping position at this point.
Yeah. What did you want to ask the dagger? You can ask it one question, a very simple question. It's I don't know how to RP as a dagger, so I will.
Blood.
Well, here, I mean, it awakens this. Here, I'll click the spell. I'm just asking if it has a name.
It's.
I'll take it. I'm asking for
it's never been
a dirty identify.
It's yeah. I've never been given a name. My owner, the red heart on my hilt, is representative of his nickname.
Your boy. I'm sorry.
We've only been. I've been in this hole now for a couple weeks. Have you seen my owner?
No. What do they look like?
The words. I don't know, but not like you. More like the red-haired lady. But not a lady.
Would you like to come with us?
I don't have much say in the matter. I'm simply a tool.
We could leave you here. It's that's your choice. But Crunchy really loves you. Crunchy does. It seems he really loves you. You will be good owner.
I have no opinion otherwise.
Just let me know when you find him. I'll check in with you. Don't worry.
Okay.
That's a very well informed dagger. That's very good. There's some legitimate information that came out of that nonsense. That's great.
Yeah, I mean it's been here for a couple weeks, and it's it's the symbolism on there is represented by its owner. But Crunch, as you spend time cuddling with that, you get as for a good hour or so before you fall asleep, you do sense that this dagger has additional properties, not like the dagger you may or may not carry already on your belt. It is a +1 dagger that would do an extra 1d4 against beasts.
Right, little beast stabber. Cool.
Happy
That's
birthday
neat.
dagger.
And
That's a great birthday dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I have to build that now.
And it, just do a 1d4 against beasts.
Cool. Well, this is a lovely present.
It's not a an object in the compendium. I didn't think the Zadok was going to go 25, but it seemed like a good spot as also a plot point. I'm assuming you guys are going to take your long rest here.
Yes.
Relying solely on the alarm spell that's only at the top of the
Yeah, it seems misplaced. However, go ahead.
I set it up before going down the hole.
There you go. You could call it like the dagger of the hunt. So you get the benefits of a long rest. The night, what's left of it, does go off without a hitch. You're awakened to the sounds of birds chirping.
I am going to wake up a little bit before everyone, tiny bit, and I am going to I cut my finger, and then
doing cutting characters.
I'm gonna cut my finger and kind of put a little dot on everyone's forehead of blood.
Okay.
And I'm going back to where I'm sitting, and I'm gonna just kind of do a little prayer, and I'm going to give you guys my level plus charisma modifier and temp HP.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, it's way more noticeable on everybody other than Urson. It's hard to see with all the blood splatter that's caked into his fur. But
it's just a tiny little dot. It's nothing too bad. It's just a little dot.
I mean, for him, it's like a drop in the bucket. But
you're pissing in the ocean at this point.
You guys, you awaken on the hard floor, but you each feel a little hardier. You don't know why. You wake up feeling a little bit extra refreshed.
What's your charisma?
4. So you guys have 6 extra temp HP.
Yeah, I love Inspiring Leader. I have it on my druid. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I think that's a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Because that is the entrance to the Scarlet Citadel. And it's gonna go, as it's gonna go. I'm just I mean, it's a lot to get into tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good point. So, well, thank everybody for joining us. We'll be back with another episode next week, and possibly a little recap of that one as well. Hopefully, I'll put that together throughout the week. If you like what we're doing, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. But we will see everybody next time.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Yep.